I believe that there are unexplained phenomenon that we can't necessarily understand. I kind of think it's like an imprintation on the environment. I don't know whether or not it's people who have lived or we happen to be seeing a looping video, if you will. I can't explain it. I'm not a parapsychologist. I'm not a ghost hunter. I just know that it's interesting to see and to be producing a film that's in a haunted house. I think that that in and of itself is wonderful.
I'm a Christian, was raised that way, so I do believe angels, devil, hell, the whole thing. And I think it it was a little tough at first because when you think of paranormal and you relate it to kind of what you see on TV, you kind of go, well, that is so far off of how I was raised and brought up in my beliefs. But then talking with, Neil or some other people, just that, I think there's some of the spirits that are just kind of trapped here. They haven't gone anyplace, they're still here. I do think the feeling, that uneasiness feeling that some people get at the Walker Ames house, and I'm one of them in the basement, I think that's real because I do think there is evil out there.
My religious beliefs, I think, do have some sort of impact on my experiences and beliefs in the paranormal. I was raised Catholic. I am not really very religious anymore, but I do think that religion did play a part in my belief in paranormal because I believe in the Holy Spirit, and I believe in spirits and paranormal energy, whatever's left, I think is part of the spirit. And so I think the two can go hand in hand with that.
Coming in, and I was prepared to for spiritual warfare and anything like it. But it brought a whole new dynamic into my relationship with God, specifically because now I had to believe in something that's far more than just a spiritual aspect. Now it's materializing too.
I think I'm protected because of my beliefs, and I know there's spiritual beings, not necessarily ghosts all the time. I don't have any fear of it because I know I'm protected.
We've been working with Squatter, the film crew for Squatter, for about the last 2 to 3 years, showing them all of our equipment, having them join us in investigations, so they can get a real feel about all the activity that occurs in this house and in this town. We've investigated with many members of the film crew and the actors and actresses.
Most places that would lower your property values, people don't want to talk about it and they'd sweep it under the rug. But here in Port Gamble, it's part of the tourism. In fact, they have every October the Port Gamble Ghost Conference. Centers right here on the town. So, of course, the publicity of having the interest in Port Gamble, specifically the Walker Ames house, is always a good thing.
Well, they're excited about it. I mean, it brings people into town, and they're excited about having a movie shot in their little town. So I feel Squatter's been good for the town. I mean, bring us into the limelight, I guess you would say.
I'm very excited for the movie Squatter to come out.
One of the things that drew me to it is that really good versus evil conflict. So I think that'll be really interesting to see how that plays out through the movie, and then to see if anything actually happens in the house that you aren't expecting to get on camera but may.
I can't wait to see how the house looks in it, the Walker Ames house, and I look forward to seeing the film crew around.
We're all, very protective of this location. But after being here with Tracy and seeing how they respond with her, they seem like they're really inviting her in here to do this type of event. And since they really respond well to her character's name of Ellie, I really think that they're welcoming her to film this movie here.
I think it's a very exciting thing to, if you're going to have a story that is a supernatural type of thriller, deals with paranormal phenomena, and it centers around a house that is supposed to be haunted and has its own personality, what better place to do it or film it than in an actually haunted location? And this is the best place you've got in Washington State, so I think it's an ideal situation. We did actually speak with the property manager of Port Gamble, and I worked very closely with her, and we did explain to the personalities here in the house what was going to be going on, so it wasn't as if things were just coming in blind. We wanted the 11 or 12 different ghosts that we have in the house to be aware that there were going to be people visiting their house and staying here for some time. My role in Squatters has been as a parapsychology consultant on the script. There are some very interesting ideas within the storyline that actually deal with investigating the paranormal. And so what the scriptwriter has wanted to do is try to bring in a little bit more authenticity into the script, into the storyline, and make things just a little bit more authentic. And that's really where I come in, is to give a little bit of guidance in that area.